What are your sort of takes on Islam as a religion? Have you studied it at all? Do you appreciate anything in it? What is your sort of takeaway, you know, if you give it much thought at all?
Yeah, I had dinner a couple nights ago with a Muslim scholar, and she at one point leaned over and she said, "I travel all over the world trying to help bring peace." She said, she's like a specialist in going into very tense situations and conflict situations to be a peacemaker. She's like a professional peacemaker. She said, "I'm a peacemaker because I'm Muslim.
Mm,
My Muslim faith
mm,
is what drives me to work in situations for peace and justice and reconciliation." Who's
right.
against that? And I think the really pressing question, like with America, is what does it look like, or for people who are Christians, what does it look like to bless Muslims? What does it look like to work together for a common good? And just this week, I was talking to a guy in Iraq who's doing this extraordinary work in Iraq, and he was just saying, he's like, I come from this deep Christian tradition, and he said, I keep finding these extraordinary Muslims who we are working together to get surgery for kids who have been wounded by drones. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that's a beautiful thing.
Was there ever a time when maybe you didn't know enough about it that you sort of had those sort of stereotypical views of it and have had to sort of, was there a time when you thought like, whoa, that's a dangerous religion, or what is this
Or
Islam,
yeah, probably. They have their God, we have our God.
Right.
Um, and not that there aren't very big differences in how you view ultimate reality. The really compelling thing is we live on a planet with a whole bunch of people, and we have all these different backgrounds. And if we don't work to find some common ground, we might not be around. It's like that
Right.
simple. So,
Right.
so yeah, perhaps you could say that you and I were raised in a culture where the primary energies were spent looking for differences.
Mm,
And there are differences, and that can be legitimate. But maybe what's happened now in the modern world with terrorism, with the exploiting of the hungry for militant causes, is if we don't start using our energies to find what we have in common, we're we're in trouble.